Okay, Babangida, Obasanjo, and Gowon, Abubakar, all of them are running tiki kata kata, because the group has called for withdrawal of pensions and maintenance allowances of this set of people. Civil rights advocacy group, the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, has expressed concern that persons who violently took over power in Nigeria in clear breach of the nation's constitution are still being rewarded with generous pay packages, thereby making it look like coup plotting is a political achievement. Uriwa has therefore suggested that as a way of discouraging any attempt to topple constitutional democracy, pensions and maintenance allowances paid hugely on monthly and yearly basis to SY military despots like General Gowon, Ibrahim Babangida, Abdulsalami Abubakar, Olusegun Obasanjo should be stopped forthwith. They don't put a Buhari for them. If current Nigerian leader is to stop looking over his shoulders in mortal fear of imminent or speculated military overthrow of a civilian administration, Uriwa said that if these abuses of our collective democratic heritage are not even being rewarded, the recent media statement by some sections of the Nigerian military warning against coup plots couldn't have arising since there is no gain in illegally stealing political power. In a statement on Friday by the National Coordinator, Comrade Emmanuel Onwubiko, Uriwa condemned the wartime military tyrant of Nigeria, General Yakubu Gowon, for praising his wartime atrocities in which over 3 million children, women and old men of default eastern region of Nigeria were massacred by the federal forces led by Gowon when that region, through General Chukwuemeka Ojumegu, declared a secession and formation of a new nation known then as Biafra to protest the pogroms of mainly Igbo people in the northern Nigeria, which the Gowon junta failed to stop. Uriwa never wanted to make any comments to confront the ugly statements from Gowon because we thought the best answer to such a tyrant like Gowon was to simply ignore his tantrums and his irrational justification of the war crimes that he committed during the war. But a section of our organization has insisted that we must properly position this SY junta mastermind and to remind him that he was never a leader of Nigeria, but he was simply a coupist who stole his way into power by the barrels of the guns, and so should stop overestimating his importance. Uriwa said, where Gowon to be in Europe, he could have been serving multiple life sentences, but for the genocidal killings of over 3 million Igbo people between 1967 and 1970, the fact remains that were it not that democracies in the West, such as Great Britain, supported the funded that genocide of the Biafrans by Gowon and his allies in the then federal forces, such a mass killer should have been thrown into jail by the International Criminal Court in the Hague, Netherlands, for its multiple crimes against humanity. Unfortunately, such mass killers such as Gowon and Buhari are still being paid by Nigeria for stealing their ways into power when they were active soldiers. Uriwa carpeted Gowon for defending coupists in Niger, Mali and Burkina Faso by pleading with ECOWAS for the sanctions against them to be lifted, just as the right group said it wasn't surprised because Gowon, being a coupist who was similarly kicked out by another coup plotter, is always a supporter of unlawful takeover of power. Such a dangerous man should be watched closely so as to safeguard our hard work which resulted in this constitutional democracy. Uriwa said such persons like Gowon, who came to prominence by masterminding the violent overthrow of government, are being rewarded with humongous wages yearly, okay, by the federal government and through a budget passed by the National Assembly. We always be available to speak for such despicable coupists like those who overthrew democracies in some West African countries. This is why, beginning from next week, we will be campaigning for all allowances, pensions, and wages paid to former military tyrants by Nigeria to be stopped, because that is the reason why successive administrations are often tensed up, thinking whether military coup could take place, particularly in times like this, when the elected government has unleashed poor economic policies. Once we remove this pinnacle of support for coup plotters, which are the generous pensions Nigerians pay to former totalitarian military rulers like Gowon, others still serving in the army will remain subordinate to civilian rules, since there will be no compensation or benefits for them for participating in an illegal overthrow of democracy. Uriwa concluded. Okay. What about Buhari, that plunged this Nigeria economy into the lagoons? Of course, now in the part of them. What about Buhari? He too forcefully removed Shagari from seats of power. How can the nation must be inviting coups in future? Military regimes are aberrations to correct the ills. The excesses like non-performance, corruption, chaos, insecurity, direction, less manipulated elections, cater trophies, okay, like that of Gowon. The intervention came as a result of election violence, sectional coup of 1966, led by Igbo soldiers Kaduna Nzogu and his group. It can't work because any government that tries it will witness coup. Really? They took Nigeria money. They are not even wealthy at all. Being biased won't even take you anywhere. I humbly suggest that all ex-politicians that serve for only 4 or 8 years should stop receiving pensions. That's it. They should be among. So guys, let's know what you think and have your take on this.